I want to invite to the stage Stacy Sobel, who's the Director of Brand Content Strategy at Salon today. Stacy, welcome to the stage. We have Scott Buchanan, who's the President of Scott J. Salon Group. We have Sam Bracata, who's the founder of Sam Bracata Salon. Welcome, Sam. We have Micaiah Blissett Williams, who's the founder of Salon 718. And Justin DePasquale, who's the co-owner of DePasquale The Spa.
Hello.
And I want to thank all of you for staying to the very end and being diehards with us. Or you're here for the cocktails, one or the other, we're not sure. Listening to the different panels today, I realized that AI is kind of an equalizer. And when you're listening to the big executives talk about how they're embracing AI, all these people are self-made. They're the big names in the salon world, but they're still mom and pop operations. So it's really interesting to see how they're diving into it. And Scott is also the president of Intercoiffure, which is a prestigious hairdressing organization. And I wanted to start with him because he took a 2-day conference in the spring and the whole entire thing was about AI in the salon world.
Yes.
And why did you decide on that?
Thanks, Stacey. Yeah, well, you know, I started to see AI coming about, and so we created a 2-day conference in Las Vegas in the spring, and it was really about AI with heart, merging technology and the heart, you know, and AI, because, you know, when people are starting to think, where is it coming from, and you see the robots, and you can't even go back to Judy Jetson, those of you that remember that, you know, you see where they did a lot of things that are very similar. So I just felt I want to get our members and the industry, which is why I love this conference today, I learned so much, to really understand how we can connect and use AI to help streamline a lot of the back-end things we do, from social to office. And then how can we engage through technology, our retail areas, and also give us more time, my team as a hairdresser, more time to be with my craft and the love of hairdressing and do my craft while I let AI take care of all the back-end stuff that I have to do as a salon owner. So we had a 2-day conference, and it was, I thought, pretty impactful, and I'm now continuing to kind of build AI into everything we do so we can see where it takes us.
Great. And Justin, you've been trialing Perfect Court Skincare Pro. How do you see this shaping the guest experience in both the retail and reception area and the consultation in the salon?
Yeah, so it's really interesting. I mean, we spend so much time getting people into the environment, right? Getting the guest in the door. What do we do with them once we get them in the door? We teach our artists and our technicians always to inform and educate, and you hope they're doing that all the time. But sometimes, you know, we miss the mark, right? So by creating these kiosks in your wellness rooms and in your boutique areas, you engage that curiosity. It's really such a simple process, and it's fun. So people walk up to it, they get their skin analysis. Whether they like it or not is another story. But it's informing them and it's educating them, and it's really an additional tool which actually elevates what we do because it engages more dialogue. So sometimes, rather than just, you know, we have people in the building and they're here for a service and we get right to that service, then the client comes and says, hey, I tried this and it recommended this. And then what happens with the technician is they start to say, I think that is a great choice. However, this is what I really love in addition to that. So it starts to really engage in better dialogue, and to me, that's elevating the experience. So AI is a wonderful thing in addition to what we do already. I really believe the human voice and the human touch is not going to go away. However, we can all do a little bit better, and tools like AI can help us be better artists and technicians.
So Justin, you're saying, is there any other ways in which you feel the Skincare Pro can help you drive your service dollars or your retail?
Well, just think of it from retail. I think one of the things I noticed, my team seems to be really excited about service sales. And one of the things that we can improve on is retail. So the skincare analysis right there alone is suggesting retail. It's educating you on what you need for your skin. So therefore alone, if I don't do my job as an artist or a skincare professional, I am intrigued and curious and already informed of possible a scenario to help me. And now I want to take it home, right? I want to take that retail home. So your sales increase automatically with that information, right? Because it's once again about informing and educating about a need that I have, and therefore I'm curious to take it home. At the end of the day, that's what we do, right? We're not salespeople, but when we inform and educate, and we're confident in our service, we want to take home that product so that way we can maintain our skin. And that's exactly what Perfect Core helps you do. So it's really just like, you know, a tool that is obviously cutting down payroll as well, while you're adding to your profit, which is also a big issue for us, right? We're a payroll heavy company sometimes, so how do we get better at that? How do we profit more? So Perfect Core is helping just from a retail standpoint, but also from a service standpoint, because you got to remember this is customized to your business, to your brands that you have in the salon, to your service menu that you do. So this is customized to you and what you believe in. So therefore, if you're not in the skincare room, it's working. But then once you get into the skincare room, it's engaging in better dialogue. So therefore, you might be trying a service that you might have never tried before, or you're engaged to have something upsell to you. So it's working on both fronts.
Fantastic.
Michaela, I'm going to change the direction a little bit with you, because often the first touch that a customer has with a salon is when they call in for an appointment. And there are a few AI tools that do chat or answer calls, but you're building your own. Why did you decide you wanted to improve on that? What's out there?
So I remember about a year ago, I got a report from our telephone company that we missed like 400 calls the month of December. And I was like, how did this happen? They swear it was a mistake, but it just had me thinking what would happen if we really were missing those calls. And I happened to go to a conference with my husband who was working with this company called Rosie AI, and I was telling them about this situation. And they said, let's whiteboard this and see if we can build an AI platform for you as an agent. It's been an amazing experience learning about AI from the bottom up and just seeing how it has improved over the years. The year that I've been doing with it is really amazing. We started using it to answer calls after hours, and now we're using it in the day to get the overflow of calls as well, so that the client can get a response right away. And what we've noticed is the first couple times the client might ask to go to an agent, but once they have a positive experience with Brooke, which is our agent, they're quick to use Brooke again. So if they book once with Brooke, we're seeing them book 3 or 4 times afterwards with Brooke. They're not as afraid to use it. And I think you're just seeing it all over. I called a restaurant the other day and I had a bot answer and made an appointment for me. So it's not so far off as it was a year ago. It's becoming the norm in a lot of different service industries.
Can I just jump in? I love the idea of, you know, Brooke helping with the phone call, but it's not going to take away the job of the receptionist, because what it's going to do is give that receptionist more people skills to bring her heart outside of the back of the desk or in the back office and be able to engage with them in the retail area and show them around using the technology that's out there now to engage the guests in the retail area, and then giving the front desk person a chance to engage.
It's creating more of a customer experience for our guests. And again, we're not looking to replace people. What we have seen is a lot of those people that were working at our front desk now are actually going to beauty school to become hairdressers. So we're not putting them out of the salon, we're actually getting them back into the salon to be service providers.
And also just with our teams, you know, like it's a customer. We have 2 customers in a salon. We have our team is a customer, and then our external customers, all of our customers. So it gives us time to engage with both ends of our business at the same time, using the AI to help that. So.
Now, Sam, at the Intercoiffure conference, you taught a class on AI as your co-CEO. How do you think it makes you a better leader?
Well, I start almost every day with my panel of GPTs that I've built, and the first one was a co-CEO, but I have a board of directors and personal doctor I just go through all the different GPTs, and I'll start off with simple things. Like I'll say, if it's a day where I'm like, ugh, I'll say, what do I need to do today? And it knows to say, Sam, relative to business, you need to look at these things. Maybe it has to do with taxes or bonuses or scheduling or something, and then I might interact with Jenna, who's our general manager, and say, this is what it's telling me. So for me, in each area of my business, I look at each of the pillars and I just build according to that pillar. I build a GPT. And so for right now, you know, the accounting side of it is amazing. You can upload everything there. So it gives me all my financials. The other day, 3 days ago, it said, you realize you're 9% off on your cash flow at the moment. And I don't usually think of it that way. So that's an example. Talking to people, you know, when it comes to speaking to the people that work around you, particularly when you're working with a lot of 18, 19, 20, 25-year-olds, you have to speak them in a certain way, and it helps with that. I don't do as much of that as our team leadership team does, but I think that the piece of AI that is the most critical is that if you look to where, it's kind of the old where the puck is or where the puck's going. For me, I asked Chat the other day, I said, how much longer am I going to have to use something like Lovable or whatever to create my GPTs and turn them into an agent so they really are functional, where I just can talk about it because I don't know code. And it gave me a timeline that essentially shows the flattening of the way we're going to create things to where it's going to all be in one place. So to me, and I said a little while earlier, I've been in hair salons for well over 50 years. I can't wait for the next 30 years. I think the experience for us in what we're doing in the service side of it is just so remarkable and so exciting, and that's being opened up because I have these conversations. And then the minute I get off of it, I speak to my wife, Holly, and she goes, are you doing that again?
So I just want to say, when I saw you at ICA and you did your demo of it, you mentioned Copilot. And we went and we took our staff meeting and we uploaded it into Copilot, and it actually created a podcast, which was actually really great. So people who missed the meeting, they were able to listen to the podcast, and it was something I never knew before, and that was a great tool.
For those of you who are not using Notebook LM, I mean, that's just a magical journey to take it. Just take the URL, pop it into Notebook. It creates a phenomenal podcast, and then you speak to the podcast, you interact with it. Now it creates videos with full dashboards of information that's relative. So if you have someone who's a prospective person to come to work for you, I've loaded your URL into it and made a podcast. You can say, listen to this before you even try to come shadow for a day with us to make sure you really like or believe in what we are talking about as an organization. So that's a great call out.
Can I just add one more thing to that? Because it was amazing when he showed us how to take our websites, and this is for any brand out there, you know, take your own website and put it in to this notebook, and it gives you this podcast, and you hear the information that your website supposedly talking to your consumer about, and you hear it back. And when I heard it back, I thought, I'm a little weak in the environmental piece, because I'm an environmental company that I thought and so I heard all the places that I was strong in, and I also heard all the places, because it's two people talking about your company, just getting data from the world out there in the internet. And it was just an amazing way for me to learn exactly where I had to go back and kind of tweak, you know, and it was mind-blowing.
And I think natural language is the thing so many of us miss, is you go to ask a question and speak to it in natural language, turn the microphone on, and just start talking to it. I think that's one of the secrets. Don't try to, I mean, I don't type that well anyway, I'm like this. Sorry.
Justin, I'm going to ask you, what are your favorite AI tools, and what pain points are they solving for you in the salon?
So to touch a little bit like what Michaela was touching on, I am like obsessed with reservations, and one of the pain points besides hiring enough staff, payroll, once again, and also human error. Like human error is a big one. It's there and it creates chaos amongst what we do every day. So I'm excited when I see our online booking percentages rise. Like we are probably at about 55% right now. And when that rises, I get excited, not because I can't have humans answer the phone, but I know everybody's getting so much more skilled and we're getting better at communicating how to book quickly, how to book efficiently online. So AI is another tool. I'm all for the smart bots. I'm all for the AI receptionist because it can help assist my team in not dropping calls and helping them be able to sometimes those calls are long. You ever hear somebody on the phone trying to make an appointment and they decide to get their phone out? Let me look at my calendar. It's like a 10-minute, 15-minute process. So if you're answering 200, 300, 500 phone calls a day, it's almost impossible to have enough team members to do that effectively and efficiently. So those are some of my favorite tools and where our focus is, not only with Perfect Core inside the building, but outside of the building. How can we be more efficient? How can we be better? And how can we get those appointments booked more accurately? Because it does create chaos when we don't. Last thing you want to do is have a great experience and then get them into your environment and then there start to be some hiccups. You got to keep picking yourself up and trying to create that positive experience. So for me, the AI tools such as smart bots, AI receptionist is definitely where our focus is.
So just to add to that, the training that goes into training a front desk person,
Yeah.
it probably takes 3 to 6 months to really get them where they're
100%.
going. With the AI bot, it's easy. You
Yep.
just attach it to your API and it gets going. With Brooke, you can pick if you want it to be male, female, name it what you want to name it, the tone you want her to or him to be. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know I interviewed an extension salon that specialized in extensions, and she said that customers always, when they haven't had extensions, ask the same 5 questions to the operator. So that gets really boring as a job to answer those questions over and over again. So they use a chatbot now.
Yeah.
Scott, we're talking about all the ways that AI and innovation are changing our world, and a lot of times it's becoming more touchless, but we're an industry based on touch. How do you think that this is creating opportunities for beauty?
Oh, I think in a lot of ways, and it keeps evolving very quickly. But like I said earlier, it's about giving the hairdresser and giving the owners and giving the front desk team and your managers more time to create the experience with the guest one-on-one, while all the back stuff is being done by AI, from a receptionist to using AI for your social media, getting the right SEOs and all that, so that you're driving more guests to the door. And then once they're in the door, you create that technical experience in your retail area that helps engage the guests. And then as a hairdresser, I can just spend more time consulting with my client and really trying to meet her needs and using AI for things like hair color. And earlier there was a presentation on makeup, and Mikhail and I were sitting next to each other where you did the makeup, and she goes, "This would be so beautiful for your bridal business." Because brides, when they're coming in for a wedding, how many of you are brides? How many makeup applications did you get to get the right lipstick and eyeshadow before the wedding? Mm-hmm. And there are millions of conversations that helps, where we have to create the consumer's conversation and ours as a professional and try to find out what that language is. So using it that way, and really just efficiency all the way around on the back end, so that we can bring more heart and care and touch to our guests.
Mm-hmm.
Michaela, can you give us some insights into Brooke's results and some of the data points of what you've been seeing? How many calls is it answering? How much revenue is that generating?
So Brooke has the ability to upsell. So a lot of times we ask humans to upsell and they forget. Brooke is automatically doing that. So it's great that we've seen a big jump in our regular haircuts to hydrate haircuts, probably up about 20%, which is really, really nice. It does have the ability to recommend a product. We haven't turned that feature on after they leave, so we're looking forward to that. And it also it does confirmation. So it also has saved a lot of money on us having people do the confirmations. They're getting a confirmation on it.
Great. Sam, onboarding new talent is also a pain point for many owners, and you're using AI to build an app to help take new job candidates through that process.
So I'm a firm believer that AI is all about finding pain points and solving for those pain points. And now that you can simply go to, I use Lovable, although I'm moving to where I'm going to only use ChatGPT, which I just built my first couple of agents and apps the other day on chat. But with Lovable, you literally can go in, and I don't know if we're going to show the...
Yeah, can we show his app?
When you find that pain point and you go to something like Lovable and you say, here's my pain point. And my pain point is I have 9 new people in training, and I need to get them from day one. And this particular app I built, it takes them out 24 months. But we would love to crush that down to maybe 7 or 8 months before they're actually generating income as a service provider in the salon. But this is built strictly almost 100% by voice. And I would say I have about 2 hours in this particular app. And it's deployable. It has already been published and deployed, and it's in beta testing with our new people. So it's great because you have, in our case, 19 to 30-year-olds that are actually using it and giving me feedback. So my recommendation is, regardless of what you do, and you may even start with your home uses of it, find those pain points, go to something like Lovable. There's a new one called Base 44. There are lots of them. And build an app. And I'll just add that step right there, where you go from Lovable and then you use Super or GitHub to make it all stick together, that's the glue. That glue that you have to use that makes it complicated for people like me or us that don't understand it, that glue will be gone in 6 months to maybe 18 months. And you'll go single file onto chat and say, my pain point is this. I need to find a way to get my colorist to go from here to here to here faster. Build for me that. And it'll iterate, and it'll build it for you. So I, again, personally feel like the leverage of being able to stand inside, in my case, the hair salon floor, and look around me and look for pain points that start with the person walking in the front door to get their hair done, or the actual person that works there, is going to become more and more solvable, and we're going to be able to leverage our interaction human to human. And I think, last thing I'll say is, I think the human touch, whatever it is, that is the goal. That is simply the goal of life and the future of where we're going, particularly in the face of how immense AI is and will become more and more.
And then, Michaela, I know you had an example of Brooke answering a call too. If we could play that.
I'm a virtual assistant helping out our front desk. My name is Brooke. What can I do for you today?
Hey Brooke, I'm kind of in a time crunch right now. Just got in the car. Haven't really had time to book online, and I have a big event on the 23rd that I need to book a blowout for.
I understand you're in a hurry. Let's get that blowout appointment sorted for you. Which time works best for you?
Could we do later in the day?
Of course. We have Esmeralda available at 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m., or 4 p.m. Remy is also available at 5 p.m. Do any of these times suit you?
Can we do Remy
That was a real appointment.
That was amazing.
Amazing.
I just want to say the Perfect Corp. I can't wait to get back to my apartment and do the API plugin and start working with it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw that's amazing.
And the revenue from this is amazing. Just the fact that, add-ons are always something, do you want a treatment? Do you want, if you did that with all 25 people that call in the day and half of them say yes, that is a sure thing where it's just a smooth transition. I love it.
As the last
Really
panel
good.
of the day, I just want to, number one, say how grateful we are to be part of this, but I wanted to give you all a chance to talk about what key aha moments you had today.
Well, for me, I didn't get the AI memo. I don't have my hairdresser black on here today, so,
You should know.
Sam,
you
can
should
we
know
work
better.
on that? I feel out of place here. But today was exceptional. Listening to everybody, learning so much. I mean, I know this was happening so fast, so for me, it's going to be simple, is beautiful, and take my time. And not try to tackle everything at once, because we know what happens when you focus on too many things. So I'm really excited, like Sam, to get back to the salon, and the little that we're doing now is gonna become more. And I just hope that the salon world is a little bit slower, so people don't jump ahead of us or ahead of me too quick. But it's always great to be around you guys and learn and communicate and talk. So for me, I'm going to continue in my path with working on guest services, that client experience, and creating that standard that we've been known for the last 40 years. So we're just going to keep doing at our own pace.
Okay.
Excited to learn more about Perfect Co and using it in our bridal business. For us, it's a lot of ping pong with brides. And sometimes when you don't engage, they can fall off and call somewhere else. So I think that will just up the ante with the engagement by them uploading pictures and really getting to know them a little bit more before our live concierge can reach out to them.
Nice. Mine was the idea of muscle memory. The CEO of Jane mentioned muscle memory. Muscle memory is the thing that will hold us back from using AI at the level that it's available, because we just don't know how yet. We don't have the muscle memory as humans yet to begin to move forward. The more we sort of chill and find that was a big moment, a good thing for me for today. But the whole day was really amazing and extremely well put together.
I loved a lot of it. I love the shopping and seeing your shoes on and saying, "Oh, that doesn't look good." I love that. But I also just love that we're all coming together as where it says beauty and fashion, and it's all aspects. Some big brands to salons like ours, because we are generally one beauty industry. And so the more we can come together and share ideas and knowledge, we see our commonalities versus our differences. And at Intercofure, that was my big thing, to really get people to come together under one roof, all aspects, from school owners to salon owners to students, to be under one roof, to really see where we can uplift and rise everybody. So I think this conversation is so important to have, and I look forward to having more of them.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.